Good morning, welcome FOREX traders. Welcome to my live day trading room. This is where I'm currently day trading. I will start swing trading again here shortly. I'm sitting through a drawdown at the moment, as you can see here, just kind of grinding it out. I'm going to be making these videos shorter since it is going to be a grind here. We are currently sitting through a temporary bear market, which I suspect is going to end in the next few weeks. But we still might have a few moves in that time period. So the next few weeks you're probably going to be seeing shorter videos. But anyways, we've reduced our risk, we've reduced our size, and if you're interested in how I trade, let's go. All right. It is the 3rd of February 2021 at 1:16 a.m. It's kind of funny that I don't mind at all. I mainly make these videos for my documentary purposes, and so that way I can look back and see what I did wrong, what I did right, what I can fix. You know, just kind of journal my trades, and I invite you along with it. But whenever my trades are doing really well, which with any system. Whenever things are going really well, is times when everybody likes to watch the videos, and then when I'm not doing well, when I'm sitting through a drawdown, people would rather just watch the videos when I'm doing well. So I don't mind; it's okay. Anyways, so we're sitting here, we're sitting through this weird mushy market. Now, just taking a look at possible setups that I may have. I don't have anything yet on the pound yen. I do have a possible trade setup right here on the pound US dollar. I do have the breakout and during the London session, and now I need a couple candles close above, and hopefully we won't have a repeat of what happened yesterday. Australian yen never really had the breakout during the London session. This only happened during the Asian session. Australian US dollar, the pivot today is well below the M2. Well, not well below, but it's below. Never had my entry trigger on the CAD yen. However, it is here. Bitcoin has been kind of just like moseying on up here. Sitting through a little bit of a pullback at the moment. Euro yen. Just been going sideways throughout the Asian market. If we are to take long, I do need to break up first during the session. And Euro USD has already completed itself all the way down to the weekly bearish take profit. And right here at the weekly double bearish take profit. And if you want to look for today, we have... Whoa, okay. I do have a daily take profit well below, but it's down at the monthly S2. No. It's down at the monthly... what's beyond that? M0? Yeah. Okay, alright, or at the weekly M0. It's still too early. Need my coffee. Alright, so, anyways, that's where we're at. Yeah, Bitcoin went on a little bit of a tear. Ethereum, yeah, Ethereum right at the top of the triangle. I have not moved the lines. Kind of interesting. I do, however, feel like this has shifted. I didn't shift this. It shifted by itself. Huh. How'd that happen? Had it like something like this. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Let's take a look at the dollar index, making its way on up there. If we hit this right here, like towards the end of this month, I'll be very happy. and starts to roll over from there, throwing a couple spikes inside this resistance, and that would make me really happy. Okay, so I was doing some work on Bitcoin here, and this over here, this is a replica of what happened last cycle with Bitcoin after the breakout on the weekly chart. So what I'm basically I have here, this is Bitcoin currently on the weekly chart. This is the breakout. I had to consolidate it down to fit all the data in here, and I put it to scale, and you can see here that if we were to fit the first drawdown on the weekly chart right over, it is pretty close to the scale or the length. You can see the breakout is about the same. We had the same breakout similar, and the same consolidation triangle, and this one had one little pop down before coming up. But if we were to look at where we ended, so we had, well, let's see here. So we had our first, this is our first consolidation, our second consolidation, and this is what I call a hitch right here before we go on a 1, 2, 3, and 4 week pump on the final pump. And that's when the majority of the money's made, and this comes all the way up to a $222,000 Bitcoin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this over. I'm going to keep this right here and just keep it as a reference. We will monitor that in time. I still don't have any confirmation here on the pound US dollar. Watching it closely. What I do need is I do need some air gap in here. We just been throwing these wicks in here so far, so I do need an air gap. We'll keep an eye on that one. Yeah, still, yeah. So I'm glad this kind of kept us out, because we never had that air gap. It was just wick, 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 and then now down. Yeah, so everything's heading downwards right now. Yeah, so I don't have any. Let's go back on over to the full pivots again. Yeah, so right now I don't have a trade set up on the euro yen. Let's get rid of this. Still have that pending order right now for the CAD yen. Okay, so for the Australian yen, I still need to have like a capitulation to the bottom side before we look at any type of long trades. Even though we have this trade set up here, this was all during the Asian session. So I still need it to have like a false breakdown. Yeah, so yeah, I would probably need a double bottom, and then for it to come up for the pound dollar for me to be interested in that one. And here goes the Euro USD as predicted. Wow, look at that move. Let's take this on over to the bearish charts here. I decided to hold off on being a bear. I could have done it, could have made money, but you know, because of the so much money printing is going on. I don't know how long this bear market is going to last. We entered in, I think this was the trade setup, and then these were all sells, sell and sell. This was sell. Same thing over here, sell, sell, sell. And this was a sell and then a stop out. Came in, this was a sell, this was probably a stop out, and this was a sell. And let's see here, Monday. So this was Monday. Okay, this was a sell. This was a sell. And Monday, no, that came down. This is a sell. This was a sell. Actually, there's a sell like right in here. So yeah, I mean the bears are cashing in. And you know, I just didn't know how long this bear market is going to last. I was taking a look at years past, and really all this is the dollar getting strong because of tax season. So, but you know, there's been years past before where it doesn't last long, or it's like a really muted move. But right now, the biggest mover is the euro US dollar to the downside. It can end at any moment, so I have to be prepared for it. But right now, we don't have any trade signals. Let's take a look here. We have a relatively flat London session. We had that little bit of sell-off, nothing like how it was yesterday in London. A lot bigger sell-off here, followed up by a smaller New York. So maybe if we have a smaller London, we'll have a bigger New York. I don't know. Anyways, I'm not on the bear side, so I'm just waiting for the markets to flip bullish. So right now everything is still looking quite a bit bearish. Bitcoin still holding above its daily pivot point here, and CAD yen still got my entry order in here, and well, I have a couple of alerts set, so I'm just going to go take a nap. I'll be up for the New York session. Good morning. It's 9:58, 10 a.m. All right, it's 10 a.m. Still halfway through the New York session, and let's take a little quick look here. Let's go. Actually, in fact, let's go. We haven't taken it to the full pivot charts in a while. At least I haven't seen it in a while. Let's take it there. All right. So, pound is still coiling. It's in a downtrend, in the current downtrend right now. But you can see here that, yeah, I mean, you can say that it broke out. You can also say that it's in one of these right here. So, but anyways, we're still underneath the resistance, and absolutely flat on the Australian. Now tomorrow, because this is my M2, I mean it's sitting right on top of M2, tomorrow might actually have a pivot that's higher, that's right here, and kick off that. So that would be interesting. Bitcoin, just beautiful. I mean, it's coming right up into its daily take profit zone, which is above its M3 right here for the week. We had a triple bottom, or a possible triple bottom right here, with the euro, US dollar inside the weekly take profit. Now this, I've seen this before continue on. I mean, it's not really a triple bottom until you have it, until it starts trading out of it, right? Euro yen is trading below its M3. CAD, man, just never really had the opportunity. So anyways, let's take a look at this. We had the trade set up on Monday. Never broke out during the New York session, right? And so I was waiting for this right here to kick off. Bing, something like that. And we just never went there. And we're making a higher high now. So yeah, you know, that's going to be if we can get this, then that'll be great, because we're only just above the M3, so we still have room to run. Yeah, if we get the retracement towards the end of the New York session, I might front run this one, because sometimes we'll get a retracement and then it'll start trading back up again like that. So if we can capture that that retracement, that would be nice. So we had the trade set up here on the Australian yen. We had the break above during the Asian, nothing during the New York or London, but I'm going to have, this is going to be the upper box. So what we can do is go bing like that. I like those little bings. Okay. Anyway, so possible end of New York or towards the end of New York on this guy. Possible towards the end of New York here. Possible towards the end of the New York here, and it's not gonna have. And I'm gonna need the break above, because we're so far we're having a lower box on the pound. So yeah, so we're gonna be looking at these guys right in here. All right, and then if I can draw some more squiggly lines all over the chart just to make it look like I did hard work. Okay, let's draw a couple of little triangles. Okay. X those out. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, never. Yeah. So the bulls were kicking off right here. This is if you're trading pivots as a bull. You had the higher box. You never had the breakout during the London or New York, but this was the trade setup. This was right at. Either M2, yeah, it was right at central pivot. Okay, central weekly central pivot. It was right here, right? And so we had the buy right here, and still hasn't. Yeah, I guess you would have gotten your target right there, or you probably had a second. You probably had it up here at M5. Yeah, maybe here or M5. If you had an M5, you're still sitting in profit right now. All right, let's swap this back on over, and I'm going to take a look here at Ethereum. Ethereum's looks like it might want to break out of its wedge, unless this wedge is drawn a little bit more like this. Because I don't really have an explosion out of it, so we'll yeah, I think it's a little bit more like that. Maybe, yeah. Maybe it did. Yeah, that's a little bit more like it right there. It came back and retested, but we have to continue up with authority. Okay, so either way, it still broke out of its previous all-time high. Right here was the previous all-time high, and we've been trading above it. So all right, so yeah, we talked about this earlier. Bitcoin dominance driving down, banging on support with heavy hands. Let's see, GXY, which is the index for the dollar. I still fully expect for it to come right up in here. And this is something else I'm doing. Okay, cool. Okay, so it's 2:12 p.m. I'm going to go ahead and front run the CAD yen. Immediately drop the stop because the guys down at the prop firm want to see immediate stop loss. Let's go ahead and check the prop firm account. Okay, it's on there. Stop loss is okay. Now let's go ahead and fix the stop loss. I'm going to have to adjust that stop loss once the New York closes. So we'll just keep it down here for now. Just keep it below our S1. Okay, let's go back over. And the other ones I was watching was the Australian yen, Australian US dollar. Okay. All right. Yeah, nothing yet on those. Let's see here. A little bit of a double bottom and rebound on the euros. Interesting. Okay. All right, so we're sitting at 2:36 p.m. We're 24 minutes away from the New York close. Taking a quick look here. Never really got my front run on the Australian yen or the Australian US dollar. Still sitting pretty much where I entered my front run for the CAD yen. Real flat price movement happening here. But yeah, I'm seeing a, let's go to Bitcoin here. I am seeing Bitcoin on the uppy up. Moving right up into, passed through the bearish sell zone today and went right up into the first resistance zone on the weekly. So you can see here, this would be the bearish zone right here for sells. And this is the resistance level, the resistance one right here. If you pass that, you're probably going to be going right up into this zone, right up in here. But this is the our daily take profit for the day. Let me refresh this chart because I want to see tomorrow's daily pivot point. Sometimes I have to refresh these charts. And okay, so there we are. So yeah, the daily pivot point for tomorrow is right up here, so that's really good support for us. All right, Ethereum still chugging along, and dominance. No, that's not it. Bitcoin dominance. Starting to drive through that deep into through some of the support into the deeper support level. If we get a clear break right here, then I suggest that we're going to come all the way down to here. All right, dollar index showing a little bit of weakness. Some candle wicks right in here. So yeah, it's coming from this level in here. It's coming from this right in here. So maybe something a little bit more like this before it breaks out and hits here and starts heading back down again. Probably next week. I will be looking for a possible short on the euro next week. Okay, we're coming into the close within 1 minute. All right, we're already in on our front run. Let's go ahead and move this on over to the full pivot charts. All right, we're starting to get the spread widen here. We're about to get a lock. These are going to be really, really small pivots. Really small. There's not much movement today at all, especially on the Australian yen. Tight little pivots. I don't even know if that's tradable. I might just sit these ones out. Just because we had a little bit of movement on the CAD yen, and we've been in an uptrend. Here we go. Okay, we have lock. Let's go ahead and draw this out. Drop the stop. I mean, any little bit of breeze that blows by will stop me out on the Australians. This one's going to be a 3. Yep, take me right up to there. Okay, very good. Didn't I already? Okay, yes. All right, so Now this is going to be a lower one, so that's no good. This one's still way above the central pivot of the Australian. I mean, this is going to be such a little pivot. Let's take a look here. Let's look at this guy. This is probably the smallest little pivot box I've ever seen, except for like when we have a holiday, a bank holiday. Okay. So we do have the trade set up when it came above the M2 right here. And we have the trades up there. Bitcoin, let's draw that one out. All right. And so we have those ones. And look at this here. Okay, so this is my central pivot is right on M2. We would still have to dip down and then come back above it again tomorrow's session. And I believe tomorrow is NFP, right? Okay, so my stop would be down here, right? Yeah, and it's in a downtrend. Man, it would just take a little breeze for it to stop me out. I'm gonna go ahead with the NFP coming out and all that. I'm just gonna stick with my one. And again, you know, we're in that weird season right now, and the season's gonna be over shortly. But yeah, I'm just gonna stick with what I have right now in the CAD yen, and then we'll take a look at what we have tomorrow. Let's take one last look. Okay, all right. So that's what we got for now. I know it's kind of boring lately because of the market that we're in right now. But when things get popping, they're going to get popping. They can happen at any moment. So stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.